Overtakers. We're out at Morgan Park Raceway for a bit of action, motorsport action at Warwick, mate. What's going on out here today?
Well, we're out here, this is the Warwick 1000, but we're out here specifically to capture the Hyundai Excel race series, and particularly the MTAQ race team.
Yeah, so we're going to learn a little bit about what's involved in this series and a little bit about the race team, eh? We'll get to know them?
Yeah, I think so. We'll talk to them about how they become a part of the race team and what it's like with MTAQ.
And find out how their weekend's gone.
Yeah, see how they went.
All right, let's get straight into it, eh?
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we've got David Wood here with us, and the driver of the car from the MTAQ racing team. Now, also a bit of everything else, right?
Yeah,
Organise
everything behind the scenes and organise the boys and the team to get here and do our thing and organise all the commercial stuff. All our great supporters to allow us to make the project to happen.
Yeah, you're lucky to have you've got quite a list of sponsors. We probably can't name them all, but but check out the car. There is quite a
yeah, absolutely. If you jump to the MTAQ website as well, there's a listing of all our supporters on there. So we try and get a lot of support from a lot of really good local businesses, particularly in Queensland. So it's really, really good to have that support, because without that we couldn't do it.
Now, a lot of people probably think that this is a quick, easy, cheap category to get into. It's not quite that, is it?
Not really. It's not what you'd probably think. Even though people say they're just Excels, they actually got to the stage where they're actually quite highly tuned. And the series is so competitive, people look at the little things, the little 1%ers. The cars are as thorough a racing car as probably anything else here. Aside from the fact that we can't bolt on bigger purpose-built components, we're just going to make use of the ones that came with the car.
Now, also, you've got a lot of competitive races. You've got people coming out of karts, and they're looking for a big career in motorsport, so they're really pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, look, it's a good stepping stone for the young kids that do come out of karts that want to have a career in racing cars. They need to progress at some point to something with a roof and something that's a bit more relevant to where they want to take their career, whether it be supercars or something like that. And this is a really good option, because it's still quite affordable compared to go-karts. It teaches them everything they need to know, and they're going to jump into a highly competitive environment. So it's a really good learning experience. That's why you see so many young guys like Jet Johnson who've come out of go-karts into here. I mean, he's enjoying it, he's learning, so it's good for his career as well.
Now, also yourself, you've got a bit of history in motorsport, mate, not just Hyundais.
Yeah, 22 years now. So probably makes me one of the older guys in the class, but obviously it doesn't hurt the results. But I've raced a bit of everything over the years, a lot of single make stuff. Raced a bit of open wheels, production cars, that sort of stuff as well. So I've had a good grounding, I suppose, for stuff like this. Raced in highly competitive environments before. They sort of know what to expect. And racecraft, obviously you get taught that. I did the same thing. I jumped into a single make category at a young age and learnt the hard way. And those skills carry all the way through for how long you want to drive for.
And this is just as difficult as any category you've ever been in, or more so? Harder?
It's probably harder now,
yeah.
Particularly when you go to national level.
Yeah.
Even here in Queensland, we've probably got one of the more competitive states in terms of Excels. But when you go to national level, you're up against the best of the best from every state. That's when it gets really super difficult. But it's as competitive a class as any, and I think we'll get to showcase that in a few weeks once we get to bigger events with a much harder field.
Now, it's been a difficult year, and then you were pretty well ready to come out for racing this weekend, but it is racing and hurdles get thrown up, mate. What happened Friday?
Yeah, well, we were pretty well prepared. We thought we had the car good, ready to go, and we're coming here for Friday practice, and unfortunately it's blown a head gasket. So, and the way the rules are, we can't reuse the cylinder head on the car, and that was our good engine that we'd spent a lot of time putting together. So we've had to go back to a fairly standard engine setup, which isn't ideal, but for whatever reason it's actually still going okay. So the car's not as good as what we probably would have liked, but as I said, it's probably good enough. So it hasn't handicapped us too much, but yeah, late finish Friday night, very late finish Friday night.
Did I hear 4 a.m?
Yeah, 4:15 we got back here. So that was it was a bit light on sleep yesterday, and that obviously when you're tired and you're doing things, we didn't have a chance to check everything over.
Yep.
And that hurt us in qualifying. We had a few little gremlins there just from the put back together. We didn't get a chance to really test it, so that hurt us in qualifying. And then we had to do the hard work, which probably cost us a race win yesterday. Definitely cost us a pole position. But we're sort of back to where we wanted to be now. It hasn't killed the weekend. It's just made
today started out well for you. You've just had the quickest time of lap time of the weekend.
Yeah. I still can't quite believe it because the car's good, but it's definitely been better here in the past. So kind of surprising. But yeah, we've got 2 second places so far for the weekend. So that's really good for the championship, and hopefully we can finish off with a good one in this last one.
Now, the last race that we're about to go out and watch shortly is different format. It's a lot longer race than normal.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Obviously, we've had a little bit of a delay this morning with the program, so they may shorten it up a little bit just so they can get through everybody's races today.
Yeah.
But look, it will be a little bit longer than usual, and we'll wait and see what happens. Obviously, we just had a longish one then. This one will be a bit longer again. So it certainly brings in different elements. You've got to manage the car a bit more carefully, and got to be a bit more careful on the tyres because they're a high performance street tyres. What we use, they're not a slick racing tyre. So they only have a certain longevity before they start to get too hot.
Maybe that 22 years of experience will come in handy at that point for you.
I hope so, mate. I really do. We'll see. It's going to be tough because we're up against some. There's one car there in particular that is quite well driven and very fast. So we're kind of a little bit slower than what we want to be, but we can sort of fight on and see where we end up.
Well, we're very interested to check it out, mate, and thank you for inviting us out here to have a look.
No worries. Thanks, Dave.
Andrew, thanks for coming over and having a chat, mate. You're part of the MTA racing team.
Yep, that's correct.
Have been for
about 3 years, I think now. The 3rd year.
Yeah. Now you actually did your apprenticeship through the MTAQ as well.
Yeah, that's correct.
And that's what a lot of the people in the racing team they come through from the MTAQ predominantly, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of them have. Yeah.
So there's also a stepping stone in being involved in this. Obviously, it's great to get through MTAQ, do your apprenticeship. It's a great organisation, but then there's a stepping stone in doing something like this where you could actually go on to other motorsports as well.
Yeah, it is a good kind of stepping stone to get into the racing industry.
And what have you found? Have you learned a little bit more than what you would have certainly learnt just doing your day-to-day trade?
Oh, heaps more. Yeah, it's a completely different realm in the racing side of things compared to, say, general servicing and car maintenance.
Yes, and do you, coming out and doing something like this as a hobby on the weekend, mate, is it still just as much fun when you do work on cars all week?
Yeah, well, I'm working 24/7 cars pretty much. I've been building a car for the last 6 months, work all day, come back, work on the car at night. On the weekends, it's just non-stop.
Mate, what got you into cars to start with?
I honestly can't remember. I've been playing with things, pulling things apart since I was a little kid.
In your blood, mate?
Yeah, that's it. My mum's father was a mechanic, so I think that might have been where I got it from. So.
And you enjoy the racing team side of it, doing the work on the car, or would you get in that driver's seat one day?
I don't know. That's a whole other thought that I've never even considered.
Just use the trade, get it in there and get the cars going quick, eh?
That's it, yeah.
Mate, perfect. Thanks for popping over and having a talk to us today, and good luck out there.
No worries, appreciate it, thanks. Day, how good was that?
Yeah, made a lot of racing out here at Morgan Park Raceway.
Yeah, we've done it twice now, Morgan Park.
Morgan Park Raceway at Warwick. It was a great day. The unfortunately not as good a day as we wanted for the MTAQ racing team.
No, definitely not.
If you're wondering what happened there, he certainly did get out to a good lead, got out in front, was hoping to sort of stretch that lead out, I believe, and try and hold on to that through the laps because it was a longer race than normal. Mm-hmm. But blew a gearbox and had fourth gear only.
Yeah, so it was a little bit lazy after that.
Yeah, and did lose a lot of spots and just unfortunately, stuck in fourth and going around a little bit slower. But that's racing, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. You got to take the punches and roll with it. So,
well, I think it's important that you jump over and have a look at MTAQ, the work that they do, the apprentices that come through that jump into the racing team. Yep. There's so much happens with MTAQ. You've got to go and have a look at that and check out the other sponsors
in the description. So go and check it out.
And they're a great sponsor of ours as well, the MTAQ, and we love getting along to all their events and everything that they're involved in the motor industry because it's just so much.
Oh yeah, it's massive. Not only racing and apprenticeships and that sort of stuff. They're just in everything, and charity, cars and coffee, and
if you're looking for someone to get your trade done, get some work done in your car, you look up MTAQ and see what certified, approved people they've got involved with them, and you'll find a good mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else we got down the bottom?
We got a subscribe button that you should hit. Smash it
and
hit
the
bell,
like button.
Ring the bell, ding ding.
Just hit that like button this week. Do that and
drop a comment. What was your favourite car in the racing series that we got today?
All right, we'll see you in the next one.
Stay in the right lane.